start off right at the deep end with that big question: does organics have a bigger future?
I think at this point it seems unlikely. I mean, if we're looking at the sales dropping on the whole, last week announced that we're in a double dip recession. I think fewer and fewer people for the time being will be buying organic food, and as Ollie and I think will probably say, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I would say organics is the future, that we can't actually afford non-organic food much longer. It's costing us the earth. It's destroying our soil, which is the foundation of all our agriculture on this planet. We're losing 10 million hectares, that's nearly 1% of the world's farmland every year through industrial farming.
Organic farming is, I mean, I don't know, Craig would call it this, not the nirvana, but it's actually the gold standard at the moment, which all farming should be aiming for.
A lot of people bought into it. It was a status symbol, whether or not people want to admit that. It was a status symbol for a lot of people, and they've turned away from it, and it'll be interesting to see whether it comes back.
We have to stop losing the land that is the foundation of
same
our
way.
civilization.
Because most people don't know what organic really means. They might have an idea that it is connoted with higher animal welfare. They might think it uses fewer chemicals, but it's terribly vague. The one thing that they all agree on is that it is more expensive.
It's about cost and where the cost falls. If the cost falls on water companies to clean up nitrates and pesticides from the water supply, then it falls on you in your water rates bill. If it falls on the climate by increased nitrous oxide emissions, carbon dioxide emissions, all of that, that's a cost that is transgenerational. We're letting our grandchildren worry about that one when climate change runs away. If we destroy the soil, losing 10 million hectares a year, that's a cost that it's transgenerational, that we're passing on. We're just letting somebody else pick up the bill. It's like our national debt. We'd already do it with money, now we're doing it with real stuff.
A better understanding of the food that they eat and where it comes from and how it's produced, then they're going to naturally go towards something like organic, because they have more of an understanding of how to treat themselves and and what knock-on effect that's having on the world. I think that it's educating people on what they are actually putting inside of themselves. My grandma was a farmer. She used to grow her own vegetables, fruits, herbs. So I've grown up eating that. So I think for me, I've had a connection to my food and where food comes from. And because of that, I'm naturally led towards organic.
Does organics have a future?